This is due to Bet Sports.
Clicked the wrong video. Oh, well. Should we start over? Nah, we'll just go with it. This is not Dudes Who Bet Sports. This is Dudes Who Bet Daily. We're back for...
difference.
Yeah, that's it pretty much. You're right. We're back for a Friday after a sweep yesterday. You see the brooms in the background, so good to start the week 3-0. The good news is, Papa Dude, yours was plus 100. That's great. The bad news is, Magic and I's was both 1-5. So there's positive and negatives, right? To Magic's source was 8-5 on the backstretch and went to 1-5, and then mine was 4-5 leaving the gate and went to 1-5. So anyway, let's get to it though. It's a horrific day of sports.
Do what?
It's a horrific day of sports.
Yeah, a little draggy today. A little draggy.
It sucks. Let's get to it. Wild and Oilers here, minus 190 for the Wild tonight. This is, believe it or not, this is the best hockey game there is tonight. Yeah. Only 3, the other 2 not great. Total sits at 6.5. All right, Wild or Oilers tonight?
Well, let's see. The Oilers are coming off a loss, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wild are playing good. It's in Edmonton. I'll go the puck line minus 1.5 for the Oilers.
Me too. I went same thing. I went puck line minus 1.5. You can get that right now at plus 130. That's good enough for me. I'll take it in this one. I think the Oilers bounce back after a loss to Boston a couple of nights ago.
I think so.
All right, let's get to my favorite thing, the NBA. The Suns and the Rockets. The Suns, 3.5-point favorites on the road against the Rockets. Who you got?
Well, the Suns got beat last night in Dallas. Short trip over to Houston, so that shouldn't matter. Rockets much better this year. They were awful last year, but they've bounced back. They're hovering right around the 500 mark. They'll fall a little bit below it, and they'll win a couple. Coming off a win. Now they lost as well. I think Phoenix bounces back tonight. They're the much better team. They need to keep winning. They're like 5th or 6th in the NBA West, so that's not very good. They need to get on a roll. So I think they can bounce back and get the Rockets. I'll take the Suns minus 3.5.
All right, good enough for me. I'll take the Suns. If you say it, I'm with you. Suns minus 3.5. All right, Bucks and the T-Wolves tonight. Bucks are 3.5-point favorites. This total sits at 225.5. Papa, who you got?
This is a good one. Minnesota, arguably the best team in the league. One of them, first place in the West. I doubt if very many people can name 3 guys on their team. Probably. I mean, you got to be really NBA fans. They're really playing well. Bucks struggling a little. Coaching change. Not playing great. Not playing awful. Losing a game every once in a while they shouldn't. Got to go with the more consistent team. Wait a minute. The Bucks are favored?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't look this one up because I don't bet NBA games much. I'm going to have to backtrack on this one. There's got to be something.
Hold on. The way you just said that, let me make sure. No, they're not favored. The T-Wolves are favored.
Somebody's got to be out.
No, the T-Wolves are favored. I wrote it down.
Oh, they are favored. Okay. All right. I was going to say, I'm going to have to backtrack if they aren't favored. I like Minnesota minus 3.5 in this one. I just think they're better than the Bucks.
Okay. You could tell I love the NBA.
You threw me off there for a minute because if I'd have seen that this morning, I would have looked that up and said, what is going on here? Why are they favored? So,
well, they're not. So I'm going to go with the Timberwolves as well. You're like Timberwolves. Kevin O's hammering the Timberwolves. I'll go Timberwolves. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Bucks hired Doc Rivers, right?
Yeah.
And they've been terrible since, right?
Well, not terrible. They haven't been great though. Okay. I think they're like 2-2, maybe something like that.
Do you know why they did that? I don't follow this at all. Do you know why they did that at all?
Okay, I'm going to have to plead ignorance as well. There had to be some problem between the coach they had and the players.
Yeah,
had to be because they were winning, but I don't think they were playing the way they thought they should. And I imagine it's got something to do with their star. It always does, doesn't it? If the star isn't happy.
Okay.
So I don't know that. I'm just guessing. Somebody probably in the chat knows. Had to be I did read somewhere where there was a problem. They didn't think that the coach they had was getting the most out of them. So they
Okay.
got rid of him. There's got to be more to it than that. You don't fire a guy with a record. He was a first-year coach, I think, but you don't fire a guy that's winning and in first
Right.
place in your division. And they did. And old Doc's just kind of been around, and he was sitting out there. And so they went with an experienced hand, and they took him.
All right. Well, there you go. There's the explanation there somewhat. I
Well,
don't really know.
somewhat.
Yeah,
There's
I don't
got
know
to be
what.
something.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a weird one for me.
Yeah,
Very
it is.
weird. Okay, let's get to racing. It's going to be an Oaklawn Park-like weekend. It is Rebel Weekend. It kicks off today. Race 9 on the cards where we're going to go at Oaklawn Park. So Oaklawn Park race 9 for this one. It is an allowance going 6 furlongs purse here, 142,000. A field of 7. Papa Dude, who do you like in this one?
Well, I like this one. There's some quality in this one, I think. You know, we've been picking some, and I don't know if they could win anywhere here lately. Now, my first question that I want you guys that know a lot more than I do: why is the 6 9-5?
I don't know.
Okay, so
I don't like that horse all that well.
No.
My guess is dropping out of a stakes race and got beat by Skelly and Teano Twist and then was third. So I think they're just looking at that and going, well, that's the class of the field.
Okay. 1 by 6 and an allowance before that race. But still, when I was handicapping, I looked at the 2 first. And I thought, after I looked at that, I go, wow, this 6 must be awesome. Did you feel that way too? I mean, did you go with the 2?
I went with the 2. Yeah, I went with the 2 over the 6. To me, let's talk about the 2 here.
Yeah.
4 straight wins, dominant performances.
Yes.
Looks to be the lone speed in this race today.
Yes.
Great. I mean, a successful trainer, a successful jockey.
What's there not to like?
I don't know. I was all over the 2. Just kind of jumped out at me. The 6 isn't. I mean, the 6 XS Magic, it's not a bad horse, really.
No.
But I don't think it should be 9-5. I mean, wouldn't be shocked if the 6 wins the race, but not. I don't want the horse at 9-5.
Well, somebody's going to have to go get that 2. They can't let that 2 get out on the loose. I mean, look what he's done the last, all 4 wins. He gets the lead, and that's it. I mean, he loses a little bit of that lead in the last 2 races. He has a little, but he's won. He hasn't been winning at Charlestown or Mahoning Valley or some places like that. He's been at Del Mar and Santa Anita. He has a win here. I just don't know why you need to go any further than him. I don't think you're going to get 5-2.
Doesn't seem it.
Huh?
Doesn't seem it.
Wouldn't you think that will change? He'll be 8-5, 7-5, and the 6 will be 5-2, 3-1.
I think so. That's the way I personally see it. Yes,
I do too, but I like the 3 better than I do the 6.
You like the 3 rivet? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than I do the 6. The rivet is taking a drop.
Yeah.
Been running in much better. Hasn't been running very well, but does have a win in a stakes. It was at a smaller track. I would put him above the 6 in this particular race. Somebody's going to have to go with the 2.
Yeah.
So kind of looking down through there, I can't really find anybody.
No.
That might do it. Maybe the 5, Devil's Tower.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe. The 6 has shown it. The 6 win the 6-1 in the allowance, got the lead and stayed. So maybe there's a possibility of a speed duel between the 2 and the 6, maybe.
Maybe the 1. I think the 1 has early speed.
He might.
Probably not as fast as the 2, but maybe, that's the other thing. I think the 2's lone on the lead here. And look, I think once Oaklawn's track dries out, which it has, and it's fast, the speed horses do well at that track once it dries out. And I think if it's playing to speed, the 2 is going to be awfully tough to beat.
Oh, I do too. This was the easiest one for me to pick in a long time.
Okay.
On ones we've done on this show.
All right.
So I just think if the horse runs its race and doesn't have any problems, he's going to make it 5 in a row.
Okay. Yep. I'm with you. I'm going to go 5 in a row for the 2 as well. We'll see if he stumbles out of the gate in his last, probably, since we're talking about this. So,
yeah.
But look, he's very fast, and he's been able to hold these leads in these races. So we'll see if he can do it. I like him as well. So we're both going to go with the 2 here in the race of the day. All right, Magic did phone in a best bet. Let's start with his. He's going to go Jets, Oilers, money line parlay here, plus 112 for this one. And the explanation, pretty simple on the Jets. They're playing the Blackhawks. You got to go win that game if you're the Jets. And then he likes the Oilers tonight. He really wants Picard, the backup goalie for the Oilers, to play. He thinks he is very solid. He thinks he will play tonight because they're playing Calgary. The Oilers playing Calgary tomorrow, and thinks they'll save their number 1 goalie for that one. So he really likes Picard against the Wild tonight. So he's going to go Oilers, Jets, plus 112, money line parlay. Papa Dude, let's go to you next.
I like the way Magic bets.
Yeah.
He bets the way I do. He and I are very, very similar. He's taking a sure thing, and then he's taking one that looks like they should win, getting some value out of that one, not getting a huge purse, but it might cash more than taking one that'll pay, say, plus 200 and doesn't cash. He's going for one that he's pretty sure on and get plus money. That's kind of the way I try to do with parlays as well. So I like that one a lot. Surely the guys Winnipeg will beat Chicago. You would think.
Yeah.
And that gets you down to Edmonton at home over a Minnesota team they should beat. So I like it. Tonight, last night was big bounce back night for me. I had been struggling a little bit, hit 5 out of 6 last night. And then we get to Friday's slate, and there's not much. You got the Ivy League, and you got the Mid-Atlantic league. You got like 16 games in college basketball tonight. I think 10 of them come out of those 2 leagues. So, and the thing about those teams, especially in the Mid-Atlantic, they're all alike. Every one of them, and they're so hard to figure out who's going to show up. I wanted to take the Quinnipiac as usual, but they slaughtered me the last time. I got burned on them. Then they lost again. So I said, I'm staying off this. I'm going with maybe the best game of the night. Ivy League, Yale against Cornell. There's 3 great teams in the Ivy League. I don't know if they're great, but 3 good teams in the Ivy League: Yale, Cornell, and Princeton. And this is an interesting game tonight. The loser falls back a little bit. The game's at home. I think Cornell's a little better. Believe it or not, I have watched them some, and I've watched Yale some. This ought to be a really good game. If you like to watch really good, sound basketball, you don't have anything to do tonight, tune this one in because it'll be a well-played game. I think Cornell's a little better offensively. The game's at home. They're going to be ready. It's only 2 points. Give me Cornell over Yale tonight.
All right. Cornell over Yale tonight, -2 there. So you don't have to lay too many points. That's no big deal. So we'll see what happens in that one. Like I said, it sucks for you because you go 5-1 last night and you're like back to that dominant way that you were. But then you get to the day and it's like, oh man, there's not much to do tonight. And that's the way, like, for the Beeson show I was on, I went 3-1 last night, and then you get to tonight and they're like, hey, you gonna send a video? And I was like, I'm literally just like, I hate everything. So it's kind of
the other thing you got to do too, and I'm sure you felt the same way this morning. You're on a high because you hit 5 out of 6. So you got to tone it down and not pick something stupid,
right?
Just to try to keep it going. So.
And I've learned that the hard way over the years of doing this, that it just, you have to keep it even keel. You have to stay within kind of what you do, even when you're hot, So I'm with you. It's kind of a bad deal when you get situations like this. But you know what? The good news is there's a lot going on tomorrow. So it's
Uh,
only a day away.
no, Saturday will be 140 college basketball games. You get racing all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty to find tomorrow.
Yeah. It's
And
going to be
that's where
crazy.
you really got to be careful tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do too much tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to mine. I'm going to go back to the horse track today. I'm going to go Gulfstream Park in this one. Gulfstream Park race 5. I'm going to go number 3 at Nico on top in this one. That's going to be my best bet today. First time out on the synthetic surface was last time out, and this horse was a gate-to-wire winner by 3/4 of a length. You look at the projected pace today, should be more of the same, dropping down to that 12K level as he moves through the conditions. So, I think it's a smart move to kind of drop him a little bit. I think it's a smart move to keep him on the synthetic after that win last time out. Like I said, projects to get the same exact trip. To me, at least in my eyes, again, Paco back aboard second straight time. So I'm going to go number 3 at Nico in the 5th race at Gulfstream. Easy for me to say. So that's it. That's the 3 for today. Here's a question as Miranda. I bet Miranda's driving down right now to Hot Springs. Maybe not though. I have no idea. Side question from Kurt. That's her husband. Is it good or bad sign that Asmussen first-time starter was training at Louisiana Downs? I think it's a bad sign.
I think it's a very bad sign.
Yeah, because logic tells you it's one of 3 things. Louisiana Downs would be like his 3rd or 4th string. So that tells you that. So it could be that. It could be that he just didn't have enough stalls at Oaklawn and Fairgrounds and it kind of spilled over. Or it could mean he thought one thing about the horse and he or she is training so well that said, oh, let's try him up here. So, I mean, it could be any of those 3 things. But for the horse to start at Louisiana Downs probably means, at least at first, when they were assigning the stalls and wherever it would go, at least at first, I didn't think that horse was very good.
Right.
So
that would be my thought.
Yeah, I would much rather see those works coming at Oaklawn or at Fairgrounds. However, and again, I'll say it, there's all kinds of different things, different situations that happen. There's never a statement you can make in horse racing that's like all encompassing, right? No. Like there's never a blanket statement, basically.
Right.
Every horse has a different kind of story, but on average, I would think it's a bad sign. So
yeah, I would.
I'm sure that question came up as you're handicapping the Rebel card on Saturday, where I'm sure he's got a few that have done that. So, All right. Let's get to the best bets. I almost got us out of here. Best bets for today. I'm going to go Gulfstream Park race 5, number 3. Magic's going to go Jets Oilers plus 112. Papa Dude's going Cornell -2. 3-0 for the week, up $130, up $1,225 for the year. Now, Papa Dude, any final thoughts?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's so much noise around my place today. One little thing,
mm-hmm.
When you buy property, like we bought this house, you don't realize until somebody buys the vacant lot next to you,
mm-hmm.
just how small your yard really was. Our yard is not near as wide as I thought it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the next house is going to be about 6 feet from our house, and I was thinking it would probably be 15 feet away from our house. That's what it's looking like. So
yeah. Yeah, that is definitely true. That is the reality of things for sure.
That's true.
Looks like Shotty's the first to arrive in Hot Springs. She said she made it. Got to kill time for the Airbnb. Lets us check in. I guess going to the track. That'd be a good way to kill.
Good idea, Shotty. Go to the track. Yes.
A few hours. I think we are about an hour and 10 minutes away from first post today, Friday. So yeah, congratulations. You made it.
Great weather. So I'm assuming it's like it is here.
Yeah, I think all 3 days down there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, going to be pretty nice. Gosh, I don't know if I believe it or not, but it says it's going to be like 75 on Sunday. So,
well, it has been here.
I am packing shorts for Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 75 here, not yesterday, the day before.
Yeah,
and it was pretty nice yesterday, almost 70, I think. So,
Yep. She says it's beautiful. So, Going to be a fun weekend. We'll be back tomorrow. As far as Saturday, Sunday shows, I'll definitely be here. We might do them maybe 30 minutes early. We'll see on that because,
Well, let me know. That means I've got, it's not a big deal, but I'll have to get up a little earlier.
Let me look at something real quick here. Makes for good air as I look for something online. I want to look I know Sunday will start at 12:30, but I have a horse running in the first race. So
yes,
I want to get it over with, for lack of a better word, on Sunday. I'm
morning.
going to set the times for you right now. Okay, hold on here. We're going to go. Let's see what time Oaklawn starts on Saturday. It starts at noon. We're going to do both shows this weekend at 10 a.m. Central Time. That's what we're going to do because that'll give me time to do what I need to do on my end. So both shows, Saturday and Sunday, will be at 10 a.m. Central Time, which means you can pick 11 a.m. games.
That's right.
And they not be started. So this is great news all around.
I will pick about 70 of the college games tonight.
Yeah, I know you have to.
As soon as the odds come out, I will start wading through the money line games tonight.
Yep, I get it. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. We'll be back 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow and Sunday for you guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here. I'm going to play the right video as we come out. Everybody have a good Friday. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.